So the first thing he does is he asks Meno to define what virtue is. Um, and Meno's answer is that virtue is different for men and women. For a man, it's virtue is running a city's affairs, running them to benefit his friends and harm his enemies. A woman's virtue is looking after the home, the property. Child's virtue is different to an old person's virtue.
So he basically describes gender roles instead of virtue.
Instead of virtue, yeah, basically.
And by gender, obviously, I'm splitting that into the expected behaviours of a particular sex at different ages in their life as well. So that's why you'd have a female child as a gender in its whole versus an aged man being something else. And yeah, cool.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, this doesn't really tell us what virtue is.
No.
Because, I mean, if virtue is just running a city well, then is it only statesmen that can have virtue? And that's the kind of thing that Socrates brings up here. Socrates then says, I was only after one virtue, but he's found a whole swarm of them. And then he uses that to go into the idea of a unitary definition. So one definition that covers all instances of virtue and all different kinds of virtue, and a unitary definition for men, women. So he talks about bees here. Are there different things when it comes to bees, or is there one single thing that defines beeness?